Hello there, people who have access to the internet and who are currently using it to watch this video. My name is Punfood, or just Pun if you prefer. And if we try to go this way through the cave, we will find there are way too many of Bowser's minions for this to be feasible. And they're all after us. So, we won't be going that way, hopefully. Bowser's minions? Why are there so many? I wonder if there's another path. And there are those giant bolt rocks right there. Like, if we could just break them somehow. We're late! Hurry up! Ah, it's Mario and Luigi! Okay, gang, if we beat them up here, we'll blast right on up the old corporate ladder. Surprised he didn't set off the other, bombs. Anyway. Blast with purpose! We're gonna get them! Well, they blew up the path for us, thankfully, but now we have to fight these other guys.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of them, a lot more than I remember. Catch me if you can, bomb derby. Bomb derby. It makes the most sense when fighting bombs to use bombs. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Got a couple of them. Okay. Whoa! Oh, right, you have to jump over them. You know, when I think about it more, it makes a surprising amount of sense. Green shell or Zapperator? I feel like we have better shots of actually taking them all out with Zapperator. Okay. Well, it's good enough. Okay. Did we get them all? No, there's still 3 left. Ow. And we're out of BP. Well, considering I think this is the one that's next to go off. Okay. I guess you can't die from status ailments. Oh, wait a sec. But you can die from an enemy attack, which this guy is about to do. What I've learned for this attack is that you have to jump over, like, at the last second and let him run into the, enemy side of the field. Which is cool, just wish it was a bit more intuitive, you know. We got a new path. And what did we get? We got the anti-army. Oh, so like, this one gives us extra effectiveness against Bowser's minions specifically. Anyway, we really need to heal. I know I have super mushrooms, but like, you know, may as well since I have like 60 or whatever of the normal ones. Okay. Let's, okay. I will... Okay, there we go. Now we're, in better fighting shape. I guess we'll stomp on the dry bones. The dry bones are tricky. A tricky enemy to deal with. I think Bomb Derby does make a lot of sense here. But basically, the dry bones have a survive on 1 HP mechanic. So after any given attack, should they be technically KO'd, which we might see here, they're not too... Should they be KO'd, they drop to the ground, and, they drop to the ground and just, they do not, ow. Gotta stomp in. But they drop to the ground and do not participate in attacks. However, this does prevent you from just, like, using your bros attacks against them for the most part. Because I believe they wait until after your turn is over to officially drop to the ground. And once they're a pile of bones, it only takes 1 hit to knock them out, technically. But, so basically it works like a focus sash from Pokemon. Because these guys will all drop to the ground now. but it still takes another Bros attack to actually, or another attack for each of them to actually fully take them out. So, you know, I don't know why I'm bothering with the excellent. It doesn't really matter, considering, you know, we already got the achievement thing. Anyway. So yeah, that's how dry bones work. A little annoying, but nothing too bad. I don't want to deal with the spiny, honestly. Okay. Can head over this way, though. And we can grab these guys for fun, I guess. That lava pillar isn't too much a deterrent. However, these platforms do sink in classic Mario fashion. Okay. This item box, I can't remember. It's a 1-Up Deluxe. 1-Up Deluxes aren't actually that good, in my opinion. Because, like, just don't get KO'd, you know? Hey. Over here. Alright. Well, the only pathway forward really is up through here, so... Interact. Could it be? It could be, and it is. We are Heat Freeze Island's guardians. It feels like an eternity. Through any and all disasters, we've stood here hoping for peace. And if our eyes don't deceive us, you must be the heroes of legend. Will you hear our request? Yeah, sure. Excellent. We have but one plea. There are 2 groups of people on this island. They never acknowledge one another. They strive for only their own interests, vilifying and ridiculing each other. It is truly a wretched state of affairs. In other words, they don't get along. It's the kind of problem best solved by a mysterious traveler. We want you to help mend the relationship between these 2 groups. So you'll help us out? Yes, I thought that you would. And here is the Bros move that I was complaining about not getting yet. Yes, we get it in the 4th chapter of the game, which is pretty late, honestly. But it is a similar timing as to when you get Ball Hop in Dream Team, in all honesty. So... no, maybe you get Ball Hop a little before in Dream Team. I don't know. But these are the legendary flowers that have been passed down since ancient times. The flower that controls fire. It can melt great glaciers. And the flower that controls ice. It can freeze even the sun. That's not true. It is interesting that they're having us use the fire. It makes sense why Fire Flower is not a returning Bros move for Luigi. But what doesn't make sense is how Fire Flower has been Luigi's Bros attack. And yet they gave him the Ice Flower in this game. I think it would have been cool if Mario got the Ice Flower and Luigi got Fire. But sure, whatever. You got a Fire Flower and an Ice Flower. Okay. 2 flowers, 2 hearts in one body, together but separate. Activate with R. So we got the you in the red, summon fire with X. Hot! You in the green, summon ice with Y. Cold! Hey now, don't aim at us. We're pretty important, you know. Well, we learned the Bros move, Fire and Ice. It's fun. It's nice to have. I thought it meant maybe the return of elemental hands in battle, but it doesn't. It just starts the battle with a status effect if corresponding to the element you use. Will you take that power and restore the relationship between the people of Heat Freeze Island? Huh? The princess and prince? Married? The 2 groups are starting to coexist in relative harmony? Nuh-uh. Seriously? For real? Well then, about those flowers, could you give them back now? Maybe it's fine. Not like we're gonna run out of them or anything. Yeah, true. Well then, go forth, heroes. Carry on and achieve cool things. Sure. I really love... But I mean, even the statues acknowledge that we should have gotten this power before, you know, the conclusion of the fire and ice arc, so to speak. You know? So it's like, so it does feel a little extra ridiculous that, like, we had to wait so long to get fire and ice, you know? But the way the bros walk when using it, I would have liked it if they held hands. Okay, we got hit. Unfortunately, fire and ice are not bros attacks in battle, or even just normal attacks in battle. I don't really feel like fighting all these spinies. They're so annoying. And I'm worried that I'll run out of... Yeah, I don't need to be back here. I just wanted to open the shortcut path. Okay. So, we can head up this way. If I use fire, it does not reignite. Okay. So, even if you UFO'd across this little bit here, you would still need fire to melt these ice things. Okay, we got hit. Dang it. I was going to try to demonstrate what happens if you hit an enemy with an ice ball, but sure, we can get hit instead. Alright. That was not the bro that attacked us. Okay, that's not looking too good. Alright then, we're gonna use Hatch Me If You Can on the Gloam Fire Bro, just because we can. And it makes the most sense, seeing as they have the biggest threat. Plus, it does do solid residual damage to the other enemies, so just makes a little bit of sense. And now... if I Zapperator them, I think Green Shell makes more sense, in all honesty. Because they can just... it guarantees the Fire Bro gets taken out. And hopefully does a good chunk of damage to the other two. There we go. Ba-bomb goes down. And now we have to counter... the ice balls that froze Mario, and now the fireballs, and ooh, all right, and we're really close to leveling up, though it doesn't matter too much because after this island is where we will reconverge the timelines, so to speak. Out this way, you just kind of have to melt the things with the fire, so you can actually walk, and then you have to freeze it over with the ice. Because, well, like, you know, how are you going to carry it across if you have the thing on fire? Anyway, Bro's Hammer and Candy seems pretty good. Pretty solid. So this is what happens if you start a battle with fire. What happens is a fireball comes in and burns some of the enemies. It's not too exciting, but it's... helpful, maybe? It's not like in Pokemon where a burn lowers your attack stat, so it just does damage every turn. Alright. But maybe this KOs some? No, not... oh, it KO'd a couple. Okay. And they're all kind of defensive looking. There we go. I guess I can just green shell them. As long as we prioritize the one that is lower health than the others, I think we'll be fine. Alright. This might KO. It might not. Unfortunately, the Spinies don't have attacks that you can really counter, so to speak. Alright. But that is enough to level up. So that's nice. Alright, now I'd like to get through the rest of it. I'm glad that I set aside a little more time to do Heat Freeze than Twisty. Because this definitely is taking a bit longer because we have a new ability to mess around with and a ton of enemies to fight along the path. And no real shortcut, you know, to take. There's this dry bones that I'm gonna try to avoid. So what we need to do here, obviously, is unfreeze it and then refreeze it. And for all these, it just makes the most sense to unfreeze them and then wait for them to be at the proper height, and then we refreeze them. Okay. That one looks good. That one looks good. So now it's as simple as just coming up here and hitting these two hidden blocks for the 2 beans and exiting. I don't know how I feel about beans not being in the ground anymore in this game. It removes some of the cool things of getting the drill power. Anyway, we can just climb up this lighthouse and get the plug, and we can head back to shipshape and hopefully just plug it in. And there's going to be a lot. I say a lot. We're at the 16-minute mark, I think. So, like, there's going to be a little bit of story stuff. Probably gets us to at least like 22 minutes, if not more. It's a solid 6 minutes of story stuff. And then there's side quest stuff that I won't be doing, but I will be explaining how to do them. So yeah. And then we'll finish up in this non-canon. Well, it's canon technically, but it's not canon technically at the same time, in this alternate timeline, so to speak. We will finish up. So, if we just head down this way, into the main plaza, I believe, we will be greeted with people. So both Twisty and Heat Freeze Islands are linked up again?
Yeah.
I'm glad we got them back before anything too bad happened. Yeah, but the glow messed up Twisty Island pretty bad. We need ant berries for them. That will be a problem, as I'm running low on ant berries. Sheer number of patients is draining my supplies. Perhaps you could look for ant berries? I'm nearly out. Yeah, that's not a lot. Ant berries are a kind of fruit that only grows on Way Away Island. Where is Way Away Island? I'm sorry, but I haven't the foggiest. It was an island even before the breakup, so it was hard to reach. Though I expect you two are experts at finding islands now. Well, we haven't seen it yet, so meanwhile, elsewhere. I feel like you only need one of those words. Anyway, bad news, glorious leader. Your minions are starting to feel the effects of the gloam. Taking care of Zaket might be a higher priority than we thought. Yeah, that much I figured out already. But all I gotta work with on this island are these fruits. So capture another island and bring me some chicken. Eek, I once glorious leader. Well, now we know where to get more ant berries. Apparently they're wherever Bowser is. And also loading screens, I guess. Ba-da-da-ba-ba. Excuse me. Mario Luigi! We found Bowser's headquarters! It's true, but we don't know how to reach it yet. The island it's on doesn't have any currents nearby. A hard-to-reach place? That might be Way Away Island. It's been an island since before Concordia got split apart. Huh? You want to see what Bowser's minions at Off and On Island have to say? They'd sooner beat you up than tell you anything. Gotta use some Luigi logic for this one. Alright. Oh, really, Luigi? You're going to disguise yourself? What a wonderful idea, Luigi. You're so full of them lately. But in fact, I had already anticipated this scenario. Here you are, some materials for a disguise. You got a disguise kit! Luigi's face. Yep, those won't be recognized as Mario and Luigi at all. Right, this plan better come out okay. It won't. Rather, it will come out perfectly. You seem very confident. Yeah, no kidding. Everyone thinks it's horrible disguises. Okay, we're headed off to see what we can see. Out in the sea, I presume? Be careful. Now then. Alright. Of course, Technique's handing us the Bros attacks, Clock Out Blow, and Yoo-Hoo Cannon. If your disguise fails for any reason, use these to scatter your enemies. What happened to it coming out perfect? Before I made it into the Clock Out Blow, that was... never mind. It's nothing. Same old cryptic technique. Well, seems like we're set. Next up, Off and On Island. Be careful, Mario and Luigi. So this may come out to be a bit shorter of an episode, but if we look at side quests, we have the missing ring. Heat Freeze Island resident lost the ring. Go to Heat Freeze Island where the person is, and basically retrace the steps. Just enter the one ice cream house thing, talk to the people, say it's not there to the guy, go across the bridge, talk to this one lady, say it's not there to the guy, and then go vacuum it up out of the vents in the chilly part of Heat Freeze. That's how you do that quest. The Empty Nests. Basically, you go to Heat Freeze, talk to Bernadette and Chillium. You go to Scorching, talk to Bernadette's dad. Go to Slip and Glide and talk to Chillium's father. And then I think you just head back to Heat Freeze to talk to them one last time. It's pretty self-explanatory, just a little bit of lore stuff. Technique's Past. I'll get back to that one. Separated. If you go to the fishing spot, I don't remember what this one is. You get a call. I think it wants you to go to Twist and Sprout, where you then reunite this guy with this girl on Heat Freeze. So you go talk to the guy on Twist and Sprout, and then you go to Heat Freeze, I think, is what happens. I could be wrong. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Drifting Island. This one. It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Technique's Past. If Separated is different, it should give you enough instructions to follow that you should be able to complete it. Anyway, Technique's Past is on Ship-Shape Island. You go talk to Technique. She's like, oh, she won't really open up about her past. Then you go to investigate her workshop back on Merry-Go Island. You save a guy from some snapters, I'm pretty sure is what happens. You investigate the note on a door, and it turns out it's an award certificate for Technique. You take it to Technique back on Ship-Shape. And she's like, oh, this is from a while ago, from when that one time. And then she opens up about how she actually lost a genius competition against this one lady who seems like a really mean person and, you know, who thinks herself super confident and better than everyone. And Technique, you know, feels like that she's not really a genius. She doesn't measure up to the one lady. And she reveals that Clock Out Blow was inspired by the one lady's project that she won the competition with. That's what happens with this one. And you get Technique's Wrench, which is a really powerful item to put on the bros. I believe it increases like POW and I think either speed or stash, can't remember which one. Or no, it might be POW and BP, but it costs like 20% HP, I'm pretty sure. So it's very strong. Anyway, that's basically everything, because I'm not going to actually do the side quests, because they're basically already done. And the next destination is Off and On Island. The only thing left to say is because I did some of these side quests already, I do know what Clock Out Blow and Yoo-Hoo Cannon do, and, you know, they're pretty fun, I would say. Maybe a little overpriced, but they're pretty fun. BP cost-wise, that is. Anyway, but that basically does it for this whole alternate dimension journey to recover the lost footage, or at least re-record the lost footage. So yeah, I'll see you back in the main timeline, so to speak, next time. But for now, my name has been, and will be tomorrow, and the day after that, 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 and it always will be Pun Food. In my next recording, it's going to feel so good that I'll actually be able to make more progress again and see new things in the game instead of stuff that I already did. It's no one's fault except maybe mine for not creating a backup save to go back to should this thing happen, but I would have had to re-record this stuff anyway. The only difference is I had to play for 2 days to get back to where I was versus maybe just being able to record the next day, you know, what got corrupted. But still, you know, that's really my only mistake on my end. Otherwise, you know, I don't know what caused the files to be corrupted. So it's like, there's nothing I could have done, you know, and I would have had to spend a day, you know, re-recording it anyway. But, you know, so it's nice, you know, to finally be able to go back to my main file and start making some more progress. On my end. For you guys, I've been making progress the whole time, technically.